that on a permanent level? Can we keep doing that? Purnima, what do you think?
No, we can't keep doing that.
We can't keep doing that, because if we keep doing that, the relationship will go from bad to worse.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, the
And only one
relationship.
person will be happy in the relationship, probably.
And yes, and only one person will be happy. And the person who thinks he is happy is actually deluded in his perception of
Yes,
happiness, because
yes.
he or she thinks that, okay, now I'm happy, but in reality, that is not the case.
No.
Right? Great. So, wanting to control a situation or another person is going to ruin things for us. Right? So, this seems to be like a psychology talk, but this is why this is a yogic talk, is because our human body, as per the Taittiriya Upanishad, is 5 layers. Okay, we have a physical layer, which is our physical body. We have a energy, breath, prana layer, which is the second layer. We have the mind layer, which is the third. We have the layer of intellect, which is the fourth. And we have the layer of bliss, which is the fifth. Now, what we are talking about, we are working on the fourth layer. We are sharing ideas where we begin to introspect, we begin to think what is right and wrong. So we are working on the layer of wisdom, on the layer of intellect. Okay. So coming back, Aarti mentioned control. Anybody else wants to say anything about control? How it helps, how it doesn't?
I think a lot of issues in the childhood or the circumstances make a person feel that he has to control things. You know, they want to just prove a point in some level, that I want to prove myself this way, which is why I want to control this person. So again, lot of things which are unknown to us goes in that childhood trauma or childhood situations, go in that, and the person develops an ego where he feels that he has to control other person.
Yeah, okay. Fantastic point given by Purnima. Issues, let's not call them issues. That's a negative word. Situations in our childhood could lead us to becoming the kind of person who wants to exercise control on others, on situations. So, so what do we do about it? Okay, Raghav, request if you could please unmute. I'm so sorry, I have to keep asking people to do that. Yeah. So from a yogic perspective, whether we have it in our genes, whether we have something because of our childhood or because of any incident in life, yoga can solve all these problems and can bring about a transformation. Okay, so we are talking about the layer of wisdom. Right now, we are talking to each other, we are getting new ideas. Maybe you could jot them down, spend some time later to introspect upon them. You know, think whether it works for you in your life. Has it worked? Has it not worked? What can you change in your life? Okay, so we are directly talking about the fourth layer now. Okay, so anyone else, Madhuri, what do you like to say about the guy who burnt his car after fighting with his girlfriend?
So it's not just him. If you look at the recent, Shraddha murder case, or there were a couple of other murder cases as well, where the mom and the son killed the father and cut the body into pieces and all of that. It is all, again, it all comes down to that inexplainable anger within ourselves. And I think that the world is actually training us to blame the outside circumstances rather than take responsibility for our actions. Even for the anger perspective, if we talk about the girlfriend and the Merck incident, instead of blaming the girlfriend, if the guy would have said that, okay, let me find out why am I reacting in this way, or why am I feeling angry about the situation, whatever it is. And I'm very sure not a single situation is so drastic that, you just, burning the mark is not justified at all in any, whatever it is, whatever the situation may be. So we need to probably think, I mean, take a responsibility of the situation and think, why am I reacting in such a way, rather than say my girlfriend did this or somebody else did this. You know, we need to retrospect our own reactions to the whole thing. That's the key, I guess.
Thank you, Madhuri. So you said so many things that I wanted to say. You said blame. You use the word blame, and you use the word taking responsibility for ourselves, which is just thank you for that amazing insight. We all have this tendency to blame others for the problems in our life, don't we? Right? उसकी वजह से आज मैं जिंदगी में यहाँ नहीं पहुंच पाया. I couldn't do this because of that person, right? If that person did this, I feel hurt. If that person said this, I feel hurt. And do we know of people who have spent 20 years of their life worrying about or blaming about one small issue which happened many, many years ago? Do we know any of those people? Okay, we may know those who are growing up will eventually know. Those who are maybe 40s or 50s already know such people. Am I right? Yeah, so I can see some heads nodding. Great. So, blame. Blame is actually very related to not wanting to take responsibility for myself, because when I blame someone, I am free of taking that responsibility. मुझे अब इस बारे में रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं लेनी है, तो मैं क्या करूं? चलो किसी को ब्लेम कर देता हूं, तो मेरा काम खत्म. My responsibility is over, right? Somebody can't hear me. Okay, Swapnil, thanks for that. Swapnil, you are recording the session. I'm so sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, I did it. I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, great.
Yeah.
So coming back to taking responsibility. See, if there is a situation in your life which is challenging, there are a couple of things you can do about it. One is start doing yoga, start doing the things that I will talk about. Introspect on the things we're talking about right now. Seek help. There is a big taboo in our society, even though that taboo is slowly breaking now, to seek help. Do you guys agree with that? Going to a counselor or going to a psychiatrist or going to a psychologist, going for therapy. Can anyone tell me why it's such a taboo and why we should not do it? Ananya, what do you think? Okay, Ananya is not here. Anyone else? Trupti, what do you think?
It's a taboo because I don't think anybody is comfortable talking about mental health issues. In general, growing up, I don't think we were even taught to talk about our emotions or how we feel. So yeah, whether it's my colleagues or the region I am in, I do see it's still taboo, but slowly post-COVID, I do see a lot of people talking about mental health and coming out with how they feel and seeking help. Yeah, I guess it is people judge you if you say that, oh, I'm speaking to someone or I'm taking therapy. And those are few reasons people wouldn't share, but I am seeing that is changing quite a lot recently.
Okay, Trupti, thanks a ton. So Trupti has given us again a very good insight. Right from childhood, were we able to express ourselves always to our parents about all our problems? No, we were not. Somehow our society fabric was such where you don't discuss emotions. Okay, so it is up to our generation now. Maybe we can change the way things are. Maybe we can encourage our children or our friends, our peers, the people living with us, to talk to us. So sometimes lending a shoulder to someone where someone can express themselves is very healing for the other person. But can we always do it in our family? I don't think so. Right? Has anybody been able to do it with their family and gotten full support? If yes, great. If no, please find a counselor to talk to. You see what happens in a family situation, many times there are judgments. Many times there are personal disturbances which crop up. So if you are not able to talk to a family member, talk to a friend. Social bonding, talking to friends, being with friends is very, very therapeutic. It is very underrated also in our society. So please go out, meet your friends, party with them. That change is very important. If you trust one or two people, talk to them, tell them what your problem is. Even if there is someone judging you, it doesn't matter. We all have our scars. We all are going through our life's problems. Nobody is perfect. Nobody is happy. Every day today on Instagram and Facebook, everyone always shows that they're so happy. Are they actually so happy all the time? Is it possible? It's not possible, right? So, happiness means more of a state of being where you are calm, content, you're okay with the way life is, things are fine, the way you're dealing with life situations is okay. However, accept your vulnerability. It cannot be that we are happy always. There is a time that we are going to be low. There is a time that we are not going to be fine with situations. It's okay. Don't make anyone make you feel that something is wrong with you if you are not happy. Okay? Anyone wants to add to that? Anything?
Um, okay, go ahead.
I think there's also the stigma of mental health attached to it. It's like a big taboo. And I face this a lot too, even from my friends or family. Like I personally go to a therapist, I work with a psychiatrist, but talking about it, it's like, oh, well, she must have some mental incapabilities. So it's like such a taboo thing to talk about. Even in my workplace, I'm not really comfortable to share it, but it's really a taboo though. And personally, it's helped me when I do these things. But people just see you as something being wrong with you. That's what I've been taking up. So yeah.
Okay. Thanks a lot. How do I pronounce your name? Is it Merrick or Merck?
No, that was a misspelling. It's Meryl, Meryl.
Meryl. Meryl,
Mhm.
first of all, can we give a round of applause to Meryl because she has actually, revealed something about herself which people don't have the courage to. Meryl, hats off to you and to people like you who are able to say what you just said. Okay, so
It's not easy.
yeah, I know it's not easy. That's why I really admire the courage that you have and you're talking about it on a public forum. I empathize with you and with all people who are in a situation where you are, because you know how many people are actually struggling with some emotion, some situation, and they don't have the courage to go out and talk about it. So once you share something like this on a forum, I'm sure it encourages the rest of us also, those who are going through anything, to step up, go out and speak. So thanks a ton for that. And like how Meryl said, there is nothing absolutely wrong in seeking help. Okay, so like I said, do some introspection, do some yoga, talk to friends, take care of yourselves. You are your biggest priority. Somebody else is not your biggest priority. This is a very controversial statement, and people don't like it when I say it to them sometimes on some occasions because they feel ki no, someone else is as important as them. I understand that, but if you are not taking care of yourself, you cannot be in a state to take care of another. I think we agree on that, right? So I'm going to put up one more controversial question. Who's responsible? Who is the first person responsible for your happiness?
I am.
I
Yourself.
am.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. Nobody else can make you happy till you take responsibility for being happy yourself. Now, I will try to explain this in a way where it doesn't sound uh, as if I'm not bothered about other people being happy. No, that's not the case. So, if you're sad, can you make someone happy? No,
No.
you can't, right? If you're angry, can you make someone happy? No. If you're going through an anxiety, can you go and make someone happy? Difficult. there are few very evolved souls amongst us who, in a lot of their own pain, would also maybe go and try and make others happy. But let's be practical. There are few of those, and we're lucky if we have them in our lives. So, if in our own state, we are not inherently in a calm place, in a happy kind of space, it is not possible that we contribute to another person's happiness. Happiness has to be contributed to, it has to be shared. Okay. So if I say, Purnima, if I'm always sad and I ask you, Purnima, can you make me happy, please? I'm very sad. So what happens? Can you make me happy?
No,
No, you
like
can't.
we say that I can only take the horse to the water. I can make him drink, make
Fantastic.
the horse drink.
So see, Purnima, I think Swapnil, you could for next session you could take one of these guys because they absolutely know everything that I know. Okay, so Purnima said something so nice. Take the horse to the water. It is up to the horse that he or she wants to drink the water or not, right? You can't force the horse to drink the water, right? So yes, Meryl, again, thanks for that, and it encourages me and others. Maybe you should write a blog or you can post it on the Acom page, your experience, because they have so many 35-40,000 followers, and people like you actually are helping change the world, evolve the world into a better place. What is the world? The world is people, right? It's all of us. And if we are happy people, the world becomes a happier place, isn't it? So thanks a ton. Now I would like to go to the excerpt from the Bhagavad Gita. I would like to just also send it as a message so that we can all introspect on it. So the Bhagavad Gita says that from desire comes attachment, from attachment comes anger, from anger comes delusion, from delusion comes lack of discrimination. This causes self-destruction. We will perish. We will fall sick. All those things will happen, right? So let us talk about desire. 1 second. So, can anyone give me an example of a desire, like you want to buy something or you want to do something with regard to a thing or a person or a relationship or a job, health? So no one here has any desire. We are a very evolved group. We probably don't need this talk. Ha, Aarti, please.
Yeah, my desire is to build Acom into a big brand, which also leads to a lot of attachment and anger.
Oh, so Aarti, you are the Aarti from Ekam. I still didn't know that. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, I couldn't attend the last session by you, but heard great things, so couldn't miss this one.
Thank you very much. No, actually, it's not just me, it's all of you that the session is great. Otherwise, who am I really? So, Aarti, yeah, building the brand, taking up the brand, right? So, when you think of upscaling the brand or making it a very big brand, very well known, so what kind of a feeling does it give you? So, guys, I'm talking to Aarti because this is more like a one-on-one talk, but we are going to also bring some things up. Galaxy S10, you have your hand raised. I'll come to you shortly. Yeah, Aarti. So, what is the feeling behind the desire? What goes on in your mind?
Are you asking me why I want to build a brand up?
No, no, no. I'm saying when you have that desire within you. So, what is the next feeling that comes because of the desire?
Yeah, well, a lot of things that need to be accomplished, milestones to be reached, planning to be done. So a lot of things on your mind on how to achieve that desire, right?
Yeah, yeah. How to achieve it, right? So, is there any stress involved?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. So, when there is a desire, there is a stress involved. Can we do something so that we have the desire, we still work on the goal related to the desire, but we do it without the stress? Is it possible? Aarti, what do you think?
Yeah, it is possible. It requires a lot of evolution from my part, but I think more able to understand the problem or the challenges and planning better and delegating better and communicating better to people who are involved would probably bring down my stress levels a lot more.
Yeah. So Aarti, what do you do to bring your? Am I asking you too many questions? You can tell me to shut up if you want.
I'm fine with it, but I think there are a lot of people on the call, so I think they would also like to participate, and this becomes like a very brand focused, and that's not the objective of this session.
Okay, done. So, anyone else? Galaxy S10, you wanted to say something? Ma'am, you are on mute. Could you please unmute yourself?
Yeah. Hello. I wanted to ask that I have missed your all the conversations, so I don't know where you're heading. But are you asking? Can you come back with the question, please?
Ma'am, what is your name, please?
Nazhat.
Nazar.
Yeah.
Okay, Nazar. So the question was that do you have any desire in life, and how is that working out for you?
Nothing. I'm not doing anything about it because I'm suffering from anxiety for last 5 years.
Okay, great. So you're not doing anything about it?
First, I have to deal with the demons that I'm facing. Then I can do something.
Okay, so it's good you're a part of this talk. Maybe something will change, and you will feel better for sure.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So coming back to the desire, we all have our set of desires. We all want to do things, achieve things, become another person, buy things. Okay. Now, what happens normally to desire, as Aarti said, and which is a very big fact, it is a very wise fact that from most desires, we end up with some kind of a stress. Okay. So why is this stress coming? From where is it coming? It is because we are attached to the desire. There is an attachment. Okay. So whenever we are attached to something and that thing doesn't work our way, we get stressed. Okay, again, another fact. Now, this stress can lead to what? This stress can lead to anxiety, like Nazar just said. It could lead to maybe some kind of an illness. It could also lead to anger. So the Bhagavad Gita says that it could lead to anger. Now, for us to be aware that I have this desire, I'm attached to it, and because of that, I'm stressed or I'm angry or whatever negative emotion I'm going through. First, we have to have that awareness within us. So, until unless we are aware, we can't really do anything about it, can we? Right? So, what happens when we are angry? We are not able to have proper discrimination. There is lack of discrimination. What is discrimination? Being able to judge what is the right thing to do, what is the wrong thing to do. So being in an angry state, are we able to do the right thing? Never. We will never be able to do the right thing when we are in a state of anger. So our discrimination is lost. We end up doing all sorts of silly things. We could maybe shout at someone, we could hurt someone, we could harm ourselves. Or let's say we are not going to this extreme, we are just letting it be within that feeling within us. But that feeling, when it repeats itself again and again and again, we are going to end up falling sick. So here again comes a quote from when Lord Ram asked his guru, sage Vashisht, that how does this stress anxiety work? So we just spoke about the 5 layers of the body. The anger is happening in the layer of the mind, the third layer, because the fourth layer, the intellect, the discriminative layer, is not working. So the mind layer, the anger is happening, which is third. This disturbs our energy layer. Okay, it clogs the energy channels in the body. This eventually comes to the first layer, which is the physical body, and it will cause a sickness. Right? So, how many of you have felt that being in an anxious state, you are not feeling physically good? Right? So your heart will start racing, you will feel restless, you may have a headache. Long term angry people will have blood pressure problems, heart diseases, thyroid. So most of the modern day diseases are psychosomatic. Psychosomatic means that they have happened because the mind is in a disturbed state. The other reason for them happening is a bad lifestyle. Okay, so how do we sort out a bad lifestyle from a yogic perspective? We eat well, we sleep well, we exercise, we do some yoga. All these things we are doing for the physical body as well as for the energy body. The part of yoga that we are doing for the mind is that we meditate. Okay, thinking good thoughts. Okay, another article from the newspaper, thinking good thoughts. So, Speaking Tree, how many of you read Speaking Tree in the newspaper? Anyone? Okay, Ananya, give me a second. So, Speaking Tree today says, be happy when your neighbor is happy. Okay. So, what they're trying to say is that when your neighbor's son gets through IIT and your son has flunked all engineering exams, you be happy for that guy, and it's okay that your son has not made it through. So, are any of us in that category here?
Which category? Being happy or being upset?
Being happy. Fantastic. Okay, so some of us are in that category. And no judgment here. Shashikant, thank you. Very good. No judgment. In the space of yoga, there is no judgment. Okay, so I am not better than you. We are all doing our best. We are doing the best we can. We are being the best we can, right? If we knew better, we would do better. So, what happens when the neighbor buys a brand new car? How do I feel, or how do we feel? Most of us would have some kind of an envy or a jealousy that so this guy's bought a new car and I still haven't. Okay. So again, introspection, understanding that where is this jealousy or envy or this negative thought going to lead you? Is it going to help you in any way? Are you going to become healthier? Are you going to become mentally more strong? No, you cannot. These thoughts will pull you down. They're going to play havoc in your mind. They're going to make you angry or anxious or sad or upset. Eventually, from the layer of mind, again, yogic perspective, coming to the energy, breath, body, coming to a physical ailment. That is what will happen. So those people who are living that life where they are always comparing themselves to another, he or she has this and I don't, they are going to not end up in a happy place. Right? Anyone wants to say something or ask any questions here? Vishal, please.
I'll just share a couple of things. One, yeah, I totally agree that jealousy will never pay off. It is something which never be there, ideally. But in my case, what I've seen is that at times being envious has helped me because I take it very positively, not negatively. And the way I think is that, well, if he can do it, why can't I? So it sort of gives me an inspiration to do certain things in a positive way. I have worked in corporate throughout my life at very senior levels. So many times when we see other colleagues working good things, you feel that, oh, he can do it. I'm equally qualified. I'm equally intelligent, probably. So why can't I do it? So I think sometimes when you're positively biased on the envious side, it can help you in some ways or the other. But definitely, if you are envying people all the time and in a negative way, that never pays off. Yeah.
Okay, Vishal has shared a very, very, very insightful perspective. Thank you, Vishal. So there are two ways of handling your envy, right? Can we handle it positively or do we handle it negatively? Right? So if we handle it positively, we can actually come up with good results. So Vishal, being a senior person in his career, and he has gone through this situation, and he has used that in a positive way, right? So this is that we cannot question it. He has gone through it, he has felt it, and he's sharing this with us. Thank you, Vishal, again. So we can learn from other people's lessons, right? The life lessons that they have to share on how we can use that lesson, apply it into our life, and work towards becoming a better person. This again would need introspection. And for some of the younger crowd, it is, please don't judge yourselves if you are not able to relate to some of the things. some of the things will only come through experience. Okay, like how they say that the little kid, you tell him don't touch the hot water, you'll burn your hand, but till he goes and puts his hand in the water, he will not listen. Okay, because he has not been able to understand, because that is a limitation of age, wisdom, conditioning, background. We'll speak about conditioning also. So thanks again, Vishal. Ananya, you wanted to ask a question. I have seen your hand raised.
Hi everyone. So the question I wanted to ask is because earlier in your last session, I joined the session quite late. So could you briefly walk us through the all the layers? Because I joined at the layer of wisdom, which you have been mentioning today also. But then there are other layers that you've mentioned, which I have no idea about. So is it
Okay.
possible if you could
Yes,
take a
Ananya,
minute to
sure.
do that?
We are going to talk about all 5 layers. We are talking about the layer of intellect right now, where all this discussion is kind of shaking up our belief system and the way we operate in our lives. So we are talking about the wisdom layer. We will walk through all the layers very soon. So we talk about conditioning. What is conditioning? Conditioning is the kind of upbringing you have had, the way you have seen your parents and your family members handle situations, the way you have seen your early peer groups, the children you have studied with, the way they have behaved, the way they have reacted, the way they have been. So all these, they bring about neural pathways, which are basically thought patterns in our head. And then we begin to believe that that is the right thing to do, because at a younger age, we cannot discern, we cannot discriminate between too many rights and wrongs, right? So the kid in the US who goes and shoots 100 other children in school has been said ki it's okay to do that, you know. So he doesn't know that it's not right, right? The kid in Somalia who's a 15-year-old and who's in a pirate boat and attacking a ship and using a machine gun, he has been brain trained to understand that this is okay to do and there is nothing wrong with it. Okay, so what happens is that if you look back, okay, so how many as who are maybe 30, 25, okay, let me put 25 plus or even 20 plus, how many of you question the way your parents brought you up? How many of you think that it could have been different or it could have been better? So the smiles mean yes. I can completely say that. Or maybe they mean no. I don't know. So do we feel that maybe my father would have done this differently after you have gone through your life experience? Or okay, they're great. We have some people saying, Swapnil, I don't question them. Great. So there's some of us like that. Who else do you feel that maybe they would have done something differently? Ananya, how old are you? Maybe 20 or something? Okay, maybe I shouldn't ask you
Yeah,
that.
I am.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm 26 years old.
Okay, you're
And
26.
so I think, yeah, I've been raised quite well. Like the right and wrong, me and my sisters, we knew from the very beginning, which is very strange. But then there are times like now that I'm in corporate and I'm in the real world, I feel, maybe they taught us to be too nice. Sometimes I am shy to take a stand. Like even if I take a stand, I end up looking like the bad person who's always creating trouble. So sometimes I question that maybe they raised us like to be too nice, too polite.
Yeah, yeah.
So I believe the question is, I think the question is always going to be there.
Sorry, the question is always what? I missed that.
I think the question will always be there. In some matters, they raised you right, and in some matters, you'll be like, did they raise you right about it?
Yes, yes. So you see, based on your life situation or my life situation, because of our experiences, where we will fail, where we will pass, we will begin to question. So it's very good that some of us actually question that. And some of us want to actually change our mindsets and what we have learned from our parents. Okay, with due respect, to our parents, because they did the best they can, right? So they were also raised in a particular way. They thought that this is what I will do with my child and I will not do with my child. And then they did the best they could, right? So hats off to them. They have brought us till here. We are doing something good in life. We are being able to sit on a Zoom call at 11 a.m. on a Saturday. We have our laptops. So it's basically a lot of credit to them, right? So thanks, Ananya, for that. I want to read Shashikant says, I feel that my parents have done their best. Thank you, Shashikant. That's a lot of gratitude. I can feel that in your energy. Guys, gratitude is another thing which we need to have before I read the rest of the comments. Uh, Please, when you wake up in the morning, instead of checking Insta and WhatsApp, please spend like maybe 2 to 3 minutes with a gratitude prayer. Just be thankful. Honestly speaking, if you have a house to live in, if you have 3 meals a day, if you have a bed to sleep on, you have nothing to complain. Okay? All complaints are just again out of desire that I want this, I want this, I want this. I'm not saying that it is wrong to want to progress. Progress in good energy. Progress without being angry, progress without hating others, progress without stress, progress without questioning yourself, whether you are being the wrong person or you're being the bad person. No, do it with good energy. So please start saying a gratitude prayer. Uh, when we start having gratitude for things in our life, things will begin to work for us. There is no logical explanation for this, but please try it. And I'll be joining a ship soon, so this talk will happen maybe 3 months from now. The next talk that I have with Ekam, I'm going to those of you who come again, I am going to ask you if the gratitude worked or not, or why don't you share your gratitude journey or your experience on the Ekam page, on Ekam, at Ekam Online on Instagram. Swapnil, you could please share that later. So Shashikant said, I feel my parents have done their best. Trupti, your message, I can't read the full. I feel that my parent, you feel them with love.
It's not me. I don't know who put that message. I haven't put any message there.
Okay, it's
I
saying,
think it's Ravi who says, I feel my dad would have given me freedom to choose my career.
okay, you have reacted with a heart. Okay, thanks.
That
thanks.
is for Shashikant.
For Shashikant, I get it, yeah. Okay, Ravi says, I feel my dad would have given me freedom to choose my career, would have tried being my friend than just a parent, otherwise no regrets. Ravi, I feel that many of us have probably gone through that, and especially the earlier generations where it was a very strict situation at home. And in fact, I was doing a counseling session recently where a 16-year-old boy, he wants to follow a particular career and he's so passionate about it. But his father wants him to do something completely different, which he doesn't like at all. How should we solve that for him? The father doesn't want to listen. Anyone has any solution for the
Father needs a
16-year-old?
counseling than the kid.
Father needs counseling. See, many of us need counseling, Purnima, but we are with our ego. I think you had used ego earlier. With our ego, we feel that what I'm saying is right and everyone else is wrong, right? Where does that lead us? That leads us to a situation where, let's say in the case of Ravi, or there is a repeat Ravi now, 16-year-old boy, where he will end up joining a college he doesn't want to join, studying subjects he doesn't want to study, and probably also becoming whatever engineer or doctor which he doesn't want to become. So there is one life gone down the drain, right? So Purnima, I'm working on it. I don't know if it's going to sort out. I see it's very bleak the way it's going on. But well, what to do? People have to be open and willing to change. Many of us don't like change because it could be scary, because there could be a risk, because we feel that what we are saying is right, and our ego is playing that havoc. Okay. Again, during the end, we will do a meditation where we will work on the 3 lower chakras, and that meditation helps to dissolve ego, make ego go down. So, Ravi, good. I hope you're doing well. If you still need, like I said earlier, if that thought still bothers you, you should talk to somebody about it. Join a yoga class. You'll definitely feel better. Okay. Swapnil, is it necessary to thank our parents for what they have done for us?
Yeah, I just want to know, like, is it necessary to show them gratitude every day? Because sometimes they used to, uh, you know, tell, see, I have done this for you, this for that, you know.
Yeah. I'm thinking what to say. Not is any of your parent
If
here,
you're
or
thankful,
are they not here? So I'll
Ah.
change my answer.
No, I am thankful, but is it necessary to thank every other day? Like, thank you for giving me this, thank you for giving me that.
See, from a very so I will talk from a very spiritual perspective. There are no necessaries in life.
Mhm.
Okay, that something that we have to do. I and this is again my perspective of my understanding of where I have reached in life. There are no necessaries. However, if small gestures which we do, which may make a difference to others,
And make
may,
them feel good, right? Like,
yeah, contribute to their well-being or
Mhm.
their happiness, we can do it. Maybe we should do it,
yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Because there is a lot of sadness in the world, in people's lives. People are worried, people are troubled. So small minor gestures could definitely make a difference.
Thank you.
Yes, Purnima?
I think we can show gratitude for us. For I want to feel good about it, which is why I want to show my gratitude. And I have experienced that the more I show the gratitude, I extremely feel good. Like in my drive to work, all the time I say this prayer, which has no specific words, but I say that I am so thankful for my parents who have raised me up. So even in this case, I feel that my parents have done a lot for me, but I will show the gratitude for me to feel good about it, not the parents to feel will be good about it. This is what I feel about gratitude. I feel extremely good to show the gratitude.
Okay. Thank you, Purnima, for sharing that perspective. Would anybody else want to say something regarding parents and anything at all?
Mhm. I feel
Vishal,
there's
am
too
I
much.
audible?
Meryl, just a minute. We'll
Of
speak to
course.
Deepti, then we'll come to you. Yes,
Mhm.
Deepti.
Like I'm in my 40s now, Miss, I'm 39. So maybe early age, each one of us has a different perspective. We like as few people, as you asked, like when we are in 26 or 20s, we always have the different perspective to life. And we, as you said, can we think in a way if our parents would have done that in a better way? But as we go, I think we all are reacting to a situation or whatever what our parents would have done that would have been better in that point in time, depending upon their situation. So as each one of us need to be grateful to our parents, whatever they could do, and I am sure that they would have done best what they could do to us. Like today's generation, I'm mother of two. Each day they question us, and each day, as someone said, right, do we need to be grateful? I think now we as well, we say to our kids that we are doing this for you. I think it is a human tendency. It is not that we want it back, but it is like some gratitude towards what they have done to us, maybe makes a difference. it is not only for parents. I think each individual needs other support in the society to in each way. Like my yoga guru say, each one of us are dependent on each other. Nobody can do nothing, just being me, or I can do it. So this is my point of view. Maybe like as I said, it's all like comes from the teaching or your experience, what you come across throughout the life.
Thank you, Deepti. That was very insightful. And you just explained the concept of Aham Brahmasmi, right? Where we are in each other and everyone is in us. And how Rumi has a quote where he says that I am another you and you are another me. So definitely we are all interconnected, and we are all dependent on each other for so many things, and there is a collective consciousness involved. Like there was an experiment conducted where and this has been done all over the world with a couple of different people, where if a group of meditators sit and meditate in a place, then within a specific area around the space of meditation, the energy changes and the crime rates become low. So there is definitely an interdependence upon our actions on the others around us, and that's a very deep thought that you have shared, Deepti. Thank you for that. Meryl, you wanted to say something?
It's just an add-on, like picking up from what Deepti said too. I think it's a two-way street. I mean, I'm guilty of questioning my parents. At the same time, when I look back, it's like if I'm gonna be a parent tomorrow, I'm gonna be probably repeating or doing the best that I can. And I'm pretty sure I'll be failing in a lot of areas. And I feel that we really are not so thankful. We don't really get that concept unless we become parents ourselves. It's really easy to look back and criticize. But since we are not, none of us perfect, I don't think we'll be perfectly teaching our children as well. They're probably going to be learning from us. They're going to be questioning us. We'll need to not learn from them. So I think it's a really gray area and more of a two-way street than people give it credit for.
Yeah. Thank you, Meryl. It's definitely a learning experience. Like how Deepti said, I'm also a parent of an 8-year-old child. So I understand that we are learning by the day. We are learning new things, how to handle, how not to handle, and there is no black and white to handle parenting. I'm not an expert in parenting, but this is what I'm talking out of my own experience. The bigger way, the better person to be is that for those of us who have had issues with our parents, and there are quite a few of us who have had issues with our parents, we need to practice some kind of a let go or some kind of a forgiveness. Okay, having a yogic lifestyle will will give birth to some kind of a forgiving attitude. It happens again, there's no logical explanation, but it will happen because you have introspected, you have become wiser, because you have practiced asana, because you have done breath work, because you have done some meditation, some chanting, because you have done some karma yoga. Again, it's a very deep topic, but to just touch it here, to be able to do things without expecting a result. Okay, again, it's very magical that once you start doing that, things start working in your favor. Like Purnima mentioned, that when you have gratitude, life begins to become better, things begin to work for you. Okay, so these things will happen, but it needs your own willingness, your own intent to start working towards in that direction. Okay, Srinidhi, would you like to say something?
Yeah, I mean, my mom is around 50. Okay, so I feel parents like they need to be gratitude on the, as everyone's saying, like, they say that, you should be grateful for this or that. I mean, they feel this because, at their early age when they were young, there were a lot of things they couldn't do it. They were not
had financial stability or any particular reason. So they want us as a child, they want as a parent to give everything which they didn't had, right? So when they feel they are giving so much to you, at that point they have this mindset, I didn't have it and I'm giving to you and you're not grateful about it. That's the reason they feel, you should be thankful for, and you should be, because I didn't had it and I'm giving to you, you should be, valuing it. And that's not wrong basically, because now there will be things. I'm at 20s now, and if I'm getting a child later on in the future, I will also make sure that, what I had, like I have not got in the past, I make sure that she or he gets it. And that moment, I will also feel like, I had nothing, but I'm giving to you. You should be grateful about it. It's like a circle, it will be going on, and that's the reason we should be grateful for parents, because um, it's like, empty cup can't fill anything. So that is what it is. And I feel every single person at one particular stage should be grateful for their parents, because, life is very short and you don't know what is coming next. So, yeah, that's what I think.
Okay, Srinidhi, thanks for sharing that perspective. You should share that on your Insta page and also tag Akam so that the young generation begins to have that kind of gratefulness for the parents. Thank you for sharing. So Bunny has written, our parents did the best according to the values that they were handed down. It's a different world, and the interpretation of values has changed. That's a very beautiful perspective, Bunny. I completely agree. The values are changing, they have changed, and sometimes it is challenging for me as a 40 plus adult to look at how a 20-year-old is thinking. And I mean, how is that person thinking is a question mark. But we have to have that some flexibility, adaptability towards understanding the other's mindset. How do we contribute to that? We become good listeners. We try to solve their problems. We try to guide them into a better lifestyle where they can learn newer things, become better people, things which are such. Then gratitude to my parents. Okay, a lot of gratitude happening. It's very nice. Ravi is fine, fantastic, Ravi. Meryl, no such thing as perfect parents. I think that's what you also said. Madhuri said, Madhuri saying gratitude comes from within. So showing it in gestures and actions is bigger than saying thank you verbally. Yeah, so our gestures, of course, Madhuri, thanks, make a lot of difference to how we are handling things. So a quick description on different layers of the body and what we should do, like Ananya had asked. So guys, I would encourage you to join a yoga class close to where you stay. You can join my yoga class, but that's not happening. It will happen after I come back from ship, maybe 4 months from now. But do join a yoga class close to where you are. What does yoga do to the first layer, to the physical body? It makes your body stronger. It makes your body healthier. Why? Because when you do yoga, you're breathing in a different way. I will teach you guys how to breathe correctly. We did in the last session, we'll do it now again. You're breathing in a different way. You're breathing deeper, you're breathing slower, you're breathing better. So that has a direct correlation to making the body stronger, right? So if we have a strong body, a disease-free body, we are able to do the things we can do, we want to do, right? If you're sick, you can't really do anything. So what yoga does, this is to the body, this is to the breath layer, which is also the energy layer. The third layer is the mind. So because your body and breath begin to change, this begins to affect the layer of the mind. Okay, so your mind, the way you think, the way you react to situations begins to change. Okay, again, this is something which will happen. There is no way that it will not. So you begin to do a yoga practice, the breathwork practice, and your mind begins to change. Again, in most yoga classes, you do meditation where you do chanting. Chanting is again creating vibrations within your body, inside your body. These vibrations cleanse you of a lot of emotional baggage. So once you're doing these practices, your life begins to change. You will see that all negative emotions, sadness, anger, anxiety, grudge, envy, jealousy, all these kind of emotions, they begin to just leave you and go away. They are not a part of you anymore. Okay. The fourth layer, which is the layer of wisdom, is what we have spoken about. Mostly, we have shared ideas where we will introspect, we will think what is right, what is wrong. The gratitude again comes part of the wisdom layer. So these are the four layers how a yogic perspective can change each of them, and our lives can change. The fifth layer is the bliss layer. So any of you have felt really happy, really calm? It happens not very often, it happens once in a while. But has any of you gone through that feeling and you would like to share how you felt? Where you're just okay with everything, life is great. There is no external situation which is giving you that feeling. You're just feeling good about yourself.
I
Yes,
felt
Poonam?
today morning.
Okay, Deepthi, would you like to share your experience? What was it about?
It is like I have joined the yoga class nearby, though I'm not regular student of it. I go as and when I get time. This was my first session where I did 108 Surya Namaskar, where my body was somewhere telling that I can't do. But it is, as my guru says, it's all about your mind. You need to focus. So after completing that 108, it was not a challenge for myself that whether I can do it or not, but it was like content that I could do. Means I can do better for my body in future. So that was like a feeling of accomplishment. Okay, I did it. So that kind of contentment, because it was nothing. There was no like materialistic thing, but it was an inner peace.
Yeah, great. So inner peace, Deepthi, thank you for sharing. Inner peace will come, and those who are yoga practitioners, how many yoga practitioners here in the group? 1, 2, 3, very good. 4, 5. Okay, great. So we have a couple of people doing yoga. People who have been long-term yoga practitioners will in general feel good about life. Okay. So please guys, uh, try to adopt a yogic lifestyle. A lifestyle is still very broad. Just start going to a yoga class for 4 hours a week. I would not say 6 hours a week also. Just start with 4 hours and you will eventually end up with 5 hours or maybe 6 hours, right? So thank you for sharing. And Purnima, you wanted to say something.
Yes, this might sound a bit idealistic, but I experienced it, and uh, I had a very good fitness regime of my own. I used to be extremely active, and I used to eat right food, and it made me very happy. So it was like for 10 years long period. You know that I wouldn't say that I didn't have expectations. I had expectations, but it didn't bother me whether the expectations were fulfilled or not. So I would call it completely bliss, that I was in a ideal stage of life until I had to go through a brain surgery. So I have to come back to normal routine yet, but I'm looking forward to that time again. I want to be that in that bliss again.
Okay, Purnima, thanks. It's very nice to see people share personal details of their life, and you're doing it with the intention of helping others. So hats off to you, Purnima, and to all those who have done that today. I hope you can get back to your regime. Please do consult your doctor before doing the practices, which may have any kind of an effect on based on your surgery. Very important to have that understanding before we do any kind of practices. Purnima has also said something very nice about diet. As per the yoga philosophy, we have to have mitahar, which is pleasant food. The world we are living in, it's very difficult to not eat food out of packets. The fresher the food you eat, more green vegetables, more fruits, drink more water, your life will again begin to change. Your body will become a pleasant place. They say that we are what we eat, right? So try to avoid. So I'm going to sound very boring, but don't eat spicy food. Don't eat very sour food. Don't eat food from a fridge. Don't order from Swiggy. Don't order from Zomato. Stop eating. Yeah, eat vegetables, eat fruits, drink water, uh, have a salad with your meal. Try to have a little gap before you, while you're having your meal, don't drink water. Maybe have water 15 minutes before you start your food. Don't sleep immediately after eating your meal. Eat dinner by 6 p.m., 7 p.m. How many of you eat dinner at 6 p.m.? Nobody. Fantastic. Okay, 7 p.m. You know, the world we live in, people eat at 10 p.m. and then they sleep at 11 p.m. So that's not right. Give a 3-hour gap between your last meal and when you go to sleep. When you're sleeping, don't watch violence on your phone. So don't watch Netflix. So I'm again making it very boring. Don't watch YouTube. Watch something nice, something calming, something soothing. The way you sleep will change. The way we sleep is very, very important again to become healthy. That's again a lifestyle change we need to adopt. Swapnil, we will take another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, fine.
Okay, great. I want to remind everyone how to breathe correctly. We did this last time, but we have lots of new people here, so we'll do it again. Can someone tell me what happens when you breathe? Does the chest come up or the stomach comes up? What happens? The people not doing yoga, I want them to tell me first. So we have no volunteers, unfortunately. Deepti, can you tell everyone what is the right way to breathe?
I'm not sure whether I'm telling it right, but it is a stomach that comes up while you
Yeah.
breathe. It is not the chest that should come up. It is your stomach. So because you're breathing deep within.
Yeah, absolutely right. So everyone, please, when you breathe in, you're manipulating your diaphragm in such a way, air is going in the lungs, air can't go anywhere else. It can go, but that's a separate topic in itself. When you're breathing in, first breathe into your stomach, let the stomach expand, and then breathe into your chest. So let the chest expand after that. Okay. So can all of us just close our eyes, be in a straight, relaxed back, comfortable posture. Let me adjust my screen. Okay, more adjustment required. Yep. So if you can keep a hand on your stomach, that makes you aware of what's going on. So eyes are closed, comfortable deep breath in. First stomach up, then chest up. When exhaling, first release the chest, then release the stomach. Gently open your eyes. So just being able to breathe whenever you have time during the day, just breathe. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths. If it is possible, go out and do it. Go to your balcony, go down your apartment, go somewhere in an open space where there is the sky above and the earth below. Just breathe. Give it 5 minutes. That's it. Do it two to three times in a day. Again, it's a very, very healthy way of life to be able to just observe the breath. Once you do it more and more, it will take you itself into a meditative state. Okay. Now I would like to do a small meditation. what I want to do is that first let me tell you, as per the chakra philosophy, our body has energy centers which lie along the spine. Okay. Most of us, our energies are blocked in the lower three chakras. So the lowest chakra is at the end of your spine. It's called Muladhara. The chakra 3 inches above that is Swadhisthana, again along your spine. The chakra above that is as close to the stomach. Imagine a point as close to the stomach on the spine. That's the Manipura chakra. So what is this chakra actually? It's like an energy center. It's subtle, It is not physically present. If we cut open the body, we will not find anything. It's a subtle energy center. Okay, again, this is yoga philosophy. What happens is that most of our survival instincts, our desire, our ego, our angers, all of these feelings are situated along this area. If you draw a straight line joining right from the center of the stomach, third chakra, to the end of the spine, all the energies are here. Why, when we are stressed, we have a lower back pain, is because there is a imbalance of energy. Okay, so we are going to do a meditation with some of the words. I will tell you what. We will chant LUM. Okay, L. I will write it down. So we will chant LUM, and while we chant LUM, we are going to. Okay. LAM. Okay, we are going to chant LUM, and when we chant LUM, we will imagine the lowest point on the spine, where the spine is ending. Okay, whenever we do chanting, we are sitting comfortably clothed, especially if we can sit in Sukhasana with our legs crossed, with a straight, comfortable spine, with shoulders relaxed, and with eyes closed. Okay, so let's do this 3 times, please. First, see it once, and then you can chant together with me. So what we are going to do, we are going to take a deep breath in. Lam. So while you're chanting this, you're going to observe that point. Remember to just imagine or observe that point where your spine is ending. Okay? Please, we must do it 3 times. So close your eyes at your own pace. Deep breath in. Lam. Again, breathe in. Lam. Again, breathe in. Lam. Keep your eyes closed. Observe the vibration along your spine, originating at the end of your lower spine. Keep your eyes closed. You just need to follow the instructions. Don't open your eyes. Now we will chant VAM. VAM begins with a V. It goes like VAM. When we chant VAM, we will concentrate on a point 3 inches from the point where the spine ends, 3 inches above that on the spine itself. We'll do it 3 times at our own pace. Deep breath in. Vam. Again, deep breath in. Vam. Again, breathe in. Vam. With your eyes closed, observe this vibration along your spine. Observe that your mind is becoming a calm, silent place. Together, we will chant Ram while observing a point on the spine as close to the navel, as close to the stomach. We will chant like this. Ram. At your own pace, 3 times, deep breath in. Ram. 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 Again, observe the silence, the vibration along the spine. Breathe out any anger you have towards anyone, towards any situation, and towards yourself. Breathe it out as you exhale, let it go. Remember, your anger is not you, it is a part of you, which you can easily let go of with your own intention, your own willingness, your own wanting to work towards yourself. Gently, we will open our eyes. So I hope everyone has, thank you for everyone being part of the talk. If anyone has anything to ask or share, please do that now. How many of you have felt nice after the meditation? It was just like a 2-minute meditation, but very good. Yeah, I can see the smiling faces. Chanting is very, very powerful. Please don't associate it to any religion, to any culture. Chanting is just a vibration that we are creating within ourselves. That is all that we have to think about when we are chanting. Okay, thanks again. Anyone has anything to say, anything to ask? Okay, great. One more thing, Swapnil, you could please post.
I shared, I already shared.
Okay, you have already shared. Let me open the chat box. So please, you can shop at Acom. They have a wide, wonderful range of products. Changes the environment in the space that you live. Again, very important to have a good environment around us that supports us to become happier people. You can follow me on Instagram at Nagrani Vishal. Swapnil, if you could please put that as well.
That is also done.
Oh, okay, great. And you have put my YouTube channel. Thanks a lot. I'm working on a website. It's called yogatherapy.co.in. It's under construction, but I will keep posting some things there as well. Thanks to Swapnil. Thanks a lot. You've always been very supportive and you've always been very encouraging also. And thanks to the other Ekam team, Aarti, Arun, Akshay, and Raghav. So you guys have a lovely day and feel free to connect with me anytime you wish to. Lovely being here today and great feedbacks from everyone. Shashikant, you want to say something?
No, I just said thanks.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone. See you. Bye-bye.
See you. See you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Swapnil, just save the recording,
Thank
please.
you. Bye.
Sure, sure, sure.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Bye.